welcome back. We just watched the Oscars. I hope you did too, because we're going to talk about it. I got my boy Hunter here.
Hey, guys.
And I got Andy here.
Heyo.
And we are going to throw the finger to the Academy. We don't have to, but we can. We have that right.
They don't have to see it.
Yeah,
we can just
they don't
do
have to
it
see it. What if
we
I said
want.
I'm doing it right now? Who's going to do anything about it?
I don't even see you. It's just all audio. I don't even see you.
You can't stop me, Academy. I got opinions too. Why can't I give out my awards? You know what? Let's just do our own award show. Let's invite all the actors and actresses and everybody involved in movies. Let's just bring them all in one room. And then, tell them that they could have made it, but then, disappoint them right in front of them.
You think they'd accept an invite over, or?
I don't see why not.
If you want to ask them
out here, but
yeah, you can
a little
ask
different than what they're used to.
Yeah,
I'll do it. I'm going on Twitter right now.
Okay, perfect. X, I guess you mean?
Yeah, X.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're kind of covering the Oscars today. We're doing kind of a post-cheating episode where we get to talk about who actually won and get to say who we think should have won. And we're gonna go through the list a little bit and discuss the nominations and winners. So
some of them are gonna get the HO endorsement, and then we're gonna talk about the Oscars, but we really want to know what you guys really want to know what the HO endorsement is, right? It's like an award that we give out. It's worth a lot of money.
Might have some hazardous opinions about some of them.
Boo.
Yeah.
Hee hee.
But yeah, we're kicking off today with visual effects. Obviously, very important to movies, and there's a lot of good contenders this year for it. We had the creator, Godzilla -1, who ended up being the winner. Guardians 3, Mission Impossible 7, 8, whatever that one was, Dead Reckoning, and Napoleon. So quite a range of visual effects there, from sci-fi to almost entirely CGI movies to Tom Cruise and a remaking of old stuff.
Yeah. Which is surprising, because I seen the creator and there was a lot of like intricacies with the robots and stuff, which I thought was like really impressive, and especially with towards the end with the tanks and stuff, like that was crazy. And I never seen Godzilla, which I wish I should have, because I usually really love Godzilla movies.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But that was the one that won, and I guess maybe it was entirely CGI. I don't know. Wonder why it was called -1.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Godzilla for sure was, kind of like these like Godzilla versus Kong movies, like this whole franchise that's going on right now. I think at least Godzilla, obviously, but I'm sure there were people in it and it wasn't completely CGI, but yeah, all the buildings being destroyed. And I did hear it had a very small for the genre and what the movie was going for, had pretty small budget for that.
Yeah, was it like 15 million or something?
Yeah, something like that. Is that what you meant by like having it all be CGI?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's a mix between practical effects and CGI, because like I feel like that's the only way you can actually like do like pull it off so well, especially with Godzilla being in like a realistic setting, obviously. So
yeah.
Oh, sure.
You have to do a lot of like perspective type stuff in order to pull something like Godzilla off. So that's probably why it won. Just
Mhm.
the entire process of how they did it was probably impressive. I'm only
Yeah.
speculating, but
It is a little weird though that the Academy kind of lumps together stuff like Godzilla and Guardians with stuff like Mission Impossible. It's like, well,
yeah,
one's computers and one's like all real. I don't know. It's always hard, and this category was one of my hardest to even pick a favorite.
Well,
All the effects are really good here.
yeah, I do agree. Even though I haven't seen all of them, I've only seen two out of all of them, and that's Guardians 3 and Mission Impossible. But
Mhm.
if you look at Mission Impossible and you look at Napoleon, obviously Ridley Scott had to kind of computer generate Egypt and wherever Napoleon was in battles, back then. Like he had to make a landscape behind all the actors and actresses, and also maybe it wasn't all practical violence during the wars either, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
So maybe he had to use a little computer rendering. And Mission Impossible, I did just watch a clip, and I think, yeah, actually, it was during the Oscars. I watched when the visual effects category came up. Mission Impossible, the one scene where Tom Cruise is hanging in a train and all
Yeah.
this luggage is coming down. That luggage was CGI. So I feel like all of these can be grouped together. Even though Mission Impossible, like Tom Cruise does his own freaking stunts, we do know that, right? But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It just depends like the where you put those left and right limits of what visual effects are. As you see like the driving scenes in any Mission Impossible movie and you're like, yeah, like the level of I guess risk, not like effort necessarily,
yeah,
is obviously a lot higher than stuff like Guardians. It's almost all CGI and I guess costume design it gets into. But
yeah.
yeah, pure like enjoyment factor though, I think Guardians is my winner in that category.
I was gonna say the same. Yep, Guardians was my winner, but I haven't seen minus one, and I bet it was a revelation for like how much money they did it for.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to go see that one. So then we move on to production design, and you're going to see a lot of the same names as we go through some of these. Hint, hint, Poor Things and Oppenheimer that kind of swept the board. But production design includes Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things, with Poor Things obviously winning out there with some pretty great set design.
Yeah, yeah, Poor Things. I mean, after seeing it, it does. I thought this was a very strong category because you got Poor Things, you got Oppenheimer, you got Killers of the Flower Moon, and Barbie. And I haven't seen Napoleon. I really want to, but I do. I believe that was, yeah, probably a really amazing production design, I would hope, from Sir Ridley Scott.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, honestly, like Oppenheimer, these, period pieces, especially like Poor Things was during the Victorian period, I believe, and Killers of the Flower Moon was obviously during the early 1900s, I believe. And Napoleon, obviously, I can't even think of the year for Napoleon. But in Oppenheimer, during World War II, like the 30s, 40s, like you had to have very good production designs here. And honestly, I would say my winner was Barbie. And I will like just add a little tidbit there. Barbie guys, wow, got shut out. I
yeah,
can't believe it. I can't believe it. They should have won at least one Oscar. I know they go against tough competition, but come on. production design, that's a tough one to lose.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna contrast that a little bit. This one thing I have seen Barbie and Poor Things. I haven't seen Napoleon or Killers of the Flower Moon. But I think that Poor Things was like really strong in the production design, especially with like how how the storytelling was with like the black and white and then the color, and then how like there's like the set pieces and everything too. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So I mean, yeah, it would be tough with Barbie, but I think I'd still go with Poor Things.
Yep. Poor Things was very well set up, and I don't think it was exactly Victorian. I think it was like semi-futuristic, ancient. Like it's a mix of time eras because there's a lot of futuristic tech in that movie.
Yeah, it's
Victorian with
fantasy world, I guess.
Or
some
like steampunk.
steampunk. Yep, I was just about to
Yeah.
say that. Yes, I apologize. Yeah, but they were going like, at least for costumes, it seemed really Victorian
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and stuff.
I think Barbie as well because it just you can't get over how good all those dollhouses look. But Poor Things is a very close for me.
I
Like,
know, I know. Like I said, it was a strong category, but like, and I love Killers. Jeez, yeah, Barbie. Just dang.
yeah, and I like Napoleon. I like Oppenheimer a lot. I just don't think you can beat the amount of work that was put into those other two.
Exactly. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Especially
yeah.
like I really like the steam rail scene in Poor Things when you're going through, and I don't know, just all the sets looked like sets, almost like a play, but they look good.
Yeah, I kind of had like almost a Beau is Afraid feeling as well.
Yeah.
Both strange-ish movies, you know.
Very surreal.
One maybe more than the other. I would say Beau is Afraid is definitely weirder, but more weird.
Yeah. Yeah. What about
Yeah.
what do you guys think about sound? Obviously a lot of the same ones we've seen already. Creator, Maestro, Mission Impossible 52, Oppenheimer, and Zone of Interest.
Did you just did you
There's
just say
so many of them.
52?
They
Dude,
just need
there
to
is.
number them.
Oh my god. Well, hey, guess what, guys? They keep getting better and better. It's like a fine
You do.
freaking wine
It's so
in
good
there.
and I love it, but you can't, after going through like 6 movies, say, okay, this one is Dead Reckoning Part 1. Come on now. In 10 years, I'm going to
Yeah.
forget this order so bad.
Oh, wait. No.
MIDRPO.
Yeah.
Well, Drapeau.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think they officially removed the part 1, didn't they? For the title? I'm pretty
It's
sure.
still in the title and everything I've seen.
Okay, I thought I
Okay.
saw news about that though. Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have
But
a question.
yeah, with a Zone of
So
Interest winning this category. Sorry,
what?
go ahead.
Sorry. I'm trying to get over this whole Mission Impossible thing. I've never seen a single Mission Impossible, right? How
Really?
many are there now?
You're
There's like
joking me.
10 of them?
You're
This is 7
joking.
or 8, I think.
Okay, hold
8?
on. 3,
I
4, 5, 6.
They numbered them for the first
It's
3 and they just gave up.
it's 7.
7 of
Pretty
them?
sure. I want to say it's 7.
They have at least 8, or I mean,
It's
they
gonna
Yeah,
at
be
this
least
8.
have
is
an 8
It's gonna be
one.
8.
this is number
So,
7 coming up on 8.
okay. So, where I'm so sorry. I forgot where I was going with that. Okay.
Your train derailed?
I was like, okay, never
Just
mind.
like
Forget
Mission
what I
Impossible.
said. I'm gonna come in later, probably towards the end.
Yeah.
Okay, once you
It's
realize, have a revelation. Bye.
Yeah, if I remember, I'm coming in hot. Just to let you know, I'm not gonna forget it again.
Yeah, get you. I get you.
Yeah. Mission Impossible has amazing sound though. It's got the classic theme, of course. It's got, I don't know, just really good music throughout, and that's where I put my vote. I mean, Oppenheimer's good. Maestro, of course, is good, being surrounded by sound, but didn't get to see Zone of Interest.
I didn't either.
But yeah, you just
Yeah.
can't beat that score in Mission Impossible, and the sound effects of everything happening.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would have said Oppenheimer would have been my vote for best sound, but Mission Impossible, yes, because it was a huge blockbuster action movie. It had to have very good sound,
Mm-hmm.
and the explosions and the train that happen in the movie, like all very awesome. But Oppenheimer, and it's kind of funny when I heard it was in best sound, the first part I thought of was their testing of the atomic bomb, and like how sound cuts out and then it fades back in so strongly. That's what I thought of for like best sound, you know.
Yeah, I I I don't know. I think it's the different environments as well. Definitely make it a huge difference in it. I seen Oppenheimer in the theaters. I seen Mission Impossible at home, and Mission Impossible sounded amazing, even on home speakers. And I don't know if Oppenheimer would translate the same. Haven't got the chance to watch that at home yet.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Does it sound good still at home?
Okay, so let me put it this way. It sounded great. I love the sound in it, and
Mm-hmm.
it was really captivating. But like, the only problem is that I live in an apartment, and when he has these things where he's like has those visual like in his head type
Yes.
things, and it
Yeah.
gets really loud, I have to
Yeah.
turn it down because
It's
I'm like scrambling for the. It takes me out of it because I'm scrambling for the remote, and then like this really loud. I don't even know what you call it. Noise comes in,
Yeah.
and like I have subwoofers too. I think like yeah, like halfway through the movie, I just had to turn the subwoofer off. Like it was
well,
just too much space, bro.
Eric, that's how great of sound it is, though.
I know it's great, and I wish I could just sit there and experience it. But I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I have neighbors. You know, we share
Yeah. I
walls.
gotta look out for those neighbors. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
neighbors
Gotta
get
look
to
out.
experience it too.
Yeah. Yeah. They would love
yeah.
best
I
sound.
just I just slip a note under their door and just be like,
You're
leave me
welcome.
alone for the next 3 hours. All right, I'm watching Oppenheimer. All right, if you hear a war going on in my apartment, that's Oppenheimer.
You're welcome.
Not an actual war that takes place in that movie though, but it fucking sounds like a war zone in here. But just because of the bass, I loved it though. I wish I could just sit there with the bass, but I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Yep. Don't blame you. Don't blame you at all. But if you did experience it in the theater, like if you would have,
Oh yeah,
man, I think it would have been your top two, honestly.
I bet. I mean, I've only seen Oppenheimer and The Creator, and so far, I mean, for best sound, I would give it to Oppenheimer.
That is really fair. I seen Crater in theaters, and it didn't blow me away. It was standard sci-fi, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you guys were telling me. And I still do really want to see it. That Maestro and Zone of Interest I did not see. So most of the category, unfortunately. But
Okay, so all three of us haven't seen Zone of Interest. Then that's
I
it's
never even
unfortunate.
heard of it until now.
Yeah, uh, I wish I got to see that one so I could actually weigh in on why that is the best. That's
same.
the one where they're living next to the concentration camp, right?
Yes.
Oh
Yep.
wow,
Yep. Yep.
that's
The
an
the
A24 film
husband
too.
works there. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely gotta watch that.
Okay.
Yeah. Jonathan Glazer's film.
Yeah. So into editing, we have Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killers, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. With Oppenheimer winning out on this one. Sorry, Killers of the Flower Moon. For those who don't know. And I did have Oppenheimer for this one, so it's probably my first and only one where I've actually hoped correctly. But this one was between Poor Things and Oppenheimer for me, so that wasn't a hard choice. Unfortunately, didn't get to see the other three.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen all of these but Anatomy of a Fall, and honestly, like, The Holdovers was like, compared to the others, I would say The Holdovers was maybe a little more simple to put together and like envision. But Killers of the Flower Moon, very good transitions. Martin Scorsese always has them. Oppenheimer, amazing, especially when you flip from Cillian Murphy being Oppenheimer and switching to, like you were saying, Eric, in his mind that the loud sounds,
Yeah.
that, oh man, just the transitions back and forth like that, and also the testing of the atomic bomb. Oh man, just, and when he was in that auditorium and it seems like a atomic bomb goes off in it,
Yeah.
and like everybody is like turning to dust, basically like skeletons. Really,
Yeah.
really frightening, and I thought that was like a part of its amazing editing. So Oppenheimer did deserve it. I think I chose that for my vote. And just to end it too, for me, Poor Things, very good editing, I believe too, Andy. And especially just those kind of classical transitions into different parts, kind of going
Yep.
with the theme of like more of the older age compared to like the steampunk, obviously. But yeah, just those like, fantastical old ish vintage transitions.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think Poor Things was bad by any means. Just I have definitely a love for what Oppenheimer does with its editing and just wins out for me.
Yeah, it would have been close, but honestly, I mean, what I could commend for Poor Things in its editing style is like the chapter cards.
That too.
They
Yeah.
were all so wacky, and then the way they were presented and stuff. I didn't even know there were chapter cards. All I saw was like a word. Like the first time I saw it, I was really confused until it started popping up again. I'm like, oh, they're chapter cards. But
Hmm.
Yeah.
other than that, like, yeah, I mean, I guess not going back to production design with like I guess the black and white stuff and the effects. I don't know. I guess yeah, wasn't much effects going on, but yeah, Oppenheimer definitely great editing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up for the title cards too. I almost forgot about those in Poor Things. One of some of the weirder scenes, I guess you'd say, where they're
Hmm.
Yeah.
just like very abstract
For
in an
first
already
time I
weird
saw it,
movie.
it was like her like riding a fish or something. I was like,
Yeah.
what's going on? It just makes you laugh because like, what is
Yeah.
that?
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
they quickly devolve. I think one of the later ones just got like some weird monster in it where they're laying on it and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Yeah. Anatomy of a Fall. What do you think is going on there? It's like a murder mystery, right?
Yeah,
I think.
that's a foreign film too, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's French because I think the director is Justine Triet. And when
Mm.
she got up to accept the award, when Nell and I were watching, she had a very thick accent. Like, and it was definitely French. And that's like, I was kind of second guessing myself, like, oh, is it French? Is it not? But then, like, I just think that, I don't know, confirmed it for me, I guess.
Yeah, it looks French. The original
Yeah.
title, Anatomie Deun Chute. I
Oh,
probably butchered that, but
definitely French. Well, way to go. Hey, good try, Andy. Damn. I
yeah.
I
And
was scared for you to do it.
and Sandra Hüller is in this one as well, who is also in Zone of Interest. So, wow, and 2 Oscar noms this year.
Jeez.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I mean, Anatomy of a Fall. I think Andy, you'd probably really appreciate it because I think it takes place quite a bit in a courtroom, right?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, yeah, it's court scenes a lot about the arguments about who could have killed this person and all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
another
Yep.
court movie, huh? All right,
Uh-huh.
like To Kill
Uh-huh.
a Mockingbird, huh? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know. I've
Yeah,
seen movies like that.
A Few Good Men. Come
A
on.
yeah,
Few Good Men, 12 Angry Men.
yeah. 12 Angry
A
Men.
Few
You still
Good
have to watch
Men.
that, Hunter.
Is that
I haven't seen
is that
12
another
Angry
one?
Men, but I've seen A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson, and Kevin Bacon, uh, Demi, is it Demi Moore? I want to say. Yeah, yeah. But like when Jack Nicholson says, "You can't handle the truth,"
Oh, that's from that movie.
yeah, that's the famous quote.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Lieutenant Kathy. Yeah.
That's going on the watch list. Okay.
Oh, it
I'll be
better.
back.
It better. Yeah.
I'll be
Gotta
back
start
with
putting
it.
some more legal movies on our monthly watches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just To Kill a Mockingbird over and over again.
Atticus Finch.
So, what do you guys think about costume design? This one, I think, is a difficult contender category. We got Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. So a lot of like period pieces and semi period pieces. Um, a lot of good choices here, with Poor Things being the ultimate winner.
Yes. Yeah. And I think it seems like costume design really likes to go for these like Renaissance type or Victorian
They
type
really do.
Yeah.
films, honestly, like all the time. But
Yep.
Poor Things, it was very good. It was very good. It stood out to me. I would say the other three are definitely period pieces. So dang, you have a lot to work with there and like, kind of make it your own taste if you want to, like a little bit of things, you can tweak them. But like
Yeah,
you want to stay true to the time it took place during. And then you
Yeah.
have Barbie, the imaginative, like fantasy.
but still very based in reality. As far
Yeah.
as I'm aware of all um, the toys that they modeled after.
Oh,
So
right. Yeah, but like, it's the toy world, so definitely like especially in Barbie land, not talking about the real world. And like, I don't know, just that part where Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie as Ken and Barbie are rollerblading through all these normal looking fucking LA people.
Yep.
And
yeah,
then you have these two in like 80s almost garb, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, and you get
Yes.
Gosling in
With
his cowboy outfit later.
Oh my god, and
the
then all
ankle
the
warmers.
Kens, yeah, like, they weren't all the same looking. Like, they were totally stand apartish, and that's what I really appreciated about Barbie. So, I'd have to go Barbie. There. Barbie should have had another shot at an Oscar here. Like a
Yep.
better shot,
I'm
you know?
100% with you there. And it could
Thank
be
you.
just the sheer amount of costumes, but like I loved every single one of them. So,
Yes. Yeah, I think a lot of thought was put into it too. It wasn't like, oh, copy and paste from all these Barbie products, you know?
yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree with you guys. With the Barbie having like the chaps and the ankle warmers and stuff. I think Poor Things has like that grand factor. Like the
Mhm.
costumes are the things that you notice in that movie the most, I
mhm.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in Barbie, like when they're like dressing different than everybody else. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, she's a doll. She's dressing different from everybody else. Look at her. That was that was not good. But like, you know what I mean? Like it was more of like
You sounded real sassy there, Eric.
I
Damn.
was very sassy. I was trying to
Okay.
be Barbie, but I'm not sassy enough, honestly.
All
But
right.
no, it was good. I'm gonna say that I agree with you guys with the Barbie, and I'm just gonna say Poor Things was also probably picked most likely because it was just more grand and more flashy with the costume design. And I think the
Yeah.
flashiest costume design would go to Poor Things.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And they just like to snub Barbie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
time, dude. We're in
Which
Ken Land.
I'll get to it. I'll get to that.
You can only, I guess, side with one female empowerment movie of the year, so you get snub the other one. I don't know.
Yeah.
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 Come on. What are we
I guess
doing?
that's the point though, right? They're just like, yeah, we're not gonna do Barbie, we're gonna do Poor Things though.
Yeah,
And
and
everyone, audience, I want to tell you that when we were together over the weekend, we were going to do a TikTok and we were going to riot if Barbie like didn't win anything. We were
Yeah.
going to do that, all right? And yeah, just putting it out there as evidence. That's it.
Yeah. We were about to, but Andy's neighborhood got lucky today.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed.
indeed. Yeah. So onto the costume design. Other side, the makeup and hairstyling. So we got a little bit more of mix up here of options. You had Golda, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, which wins again, and Society of the Snow.
Okay. All right. So one of these things are not like the other. Can you guess which one it is?
I actually can't. Poor Things being the only non-realistic one.
No. Okay, so Society of the Snow is a survival story. Why is best makeup and hairstyling? Why is this even a thing?
Well, okay, hold on. I thought of this too. I did have your thought in my head even when I had to refresh myself right before the Oscars on makeup and hairstyling.
Yeah.
But if I thought about it, it's set in the 70s, I believe. Yep. So kind of Oppenheimer was only a couple decades before that. So, you know, but also when their bodies are deteriorating when they're up in the mountains, it was very good, like makeup and hairstyling, and like just
Oh,
putting that stuff on bodies. Like you got frostbite, you got other things like this, and it looked so real, and it like really affected you. So that's
that's
why I thought makeup and hairstyling was there.
yeah. You know
Yeah.
what? I honestly forgot it was. You know what? It should have won because you told me that. Because I honestly thought they were just actually malnourished
Oh my
and
god,
getting frostbite.
dude. Okay. Hey,
It
this
was
is
so
based on a true
convincing. I
story.
didn't even know why it was on this list.
Eric,
It's
you're
crazy.
laughing and it's based on a true story.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. My heart goes out to everybody.
But I was laughing at you. God damn it.
I know. Keep laughing at me.
The subject isn't
It is not
funny.
funny. I was being
But
facetious.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you are facetious quite a bit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
And Hunter, on your thing about the like timeline, I mean, Society of the Snow only takes place a year after the events of Golda happen, so not too far apart on the timeline there.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't
They're
know
both in
much
the
about
early
Golda, but
70s.
yeah, that makes
What
sense.
is Golda? Golda?
Golda is a. Have you guys seen Darkest Hour?
No.
Okay. Well, Golda is a retelling from a famous politician's viewpoint of a war. It's the Yom Kippur War between. Forgive me if I get this wrong, but Israel and Egypt, I think. But yeah, just a basically a retelling of some of the events that happened there from a historical figure's perspective, being Golda. And politics aside, that was my vote, just because there's a lot of prosthetics and really good hairstyling and makeup that went into making Helen Mirren into Golda. So I liked it a lot for that aspect, at least.
Okay. Yeah, she did look unrecognizable, honestly. It was crazy.
Yeah,
And
but
yeah,
yeah,
you've
very
seen
close
this
second
one?
with Society of the Snow. Yeah, I think this is might be the only category where I've seen all of them.
Oh wow.
So, but Society
Dang.
of the Snow close second in here, just because of of course, everything you guys said for the amazing work they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really like had to second guess it, but then I was like, oh, duh, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a good point that you brought up there. I didn't even think of that.
It's okay, Eric. I forgive you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Original
Yeah.
score. So somebody came up with a score for this movie, and one of these stuck out the best. And it was Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, it was Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it was Oppenheimer.
But
But
yeah,
I,
we did
should have
have
been.
Indiana Jones number 4 or number 5 in contending here. Killers of the Flower Moon again, Poor Things again, and American Fiction.
yeah, and I mean, looking at all of these, I do still need to watch Indiana Jones. I love Indy. I just never got to the theater because I was so busy, and that's when it kind of like slipped my mind almost
Yeah.
until it came on Disney Plus, so I will watch it. But honestly, like, looking at Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, really wanted to watch American Fiction. Unfortunately, did not get to it right before the Oscars. But
Same.
Oppenheimer is the worthy winner, I'd say. Ludwig uh Gorson? I want to say his name was.
Ludwig Gorson.
Yes,
Ludwig.
yes. So he also produced music for The Mandalorian, came up with all those awesome scores for it. Like, wow. Just, he works with all different types of instruments and just really tries to create a new sound. And he did it for Mando, and it just the violins and everything. And like Christopher Nolan kind of told him like what he kind of envisioned for it, I believe. And I think he said violins, and Ludwig just went off from there. But oh, wow. Just amazing.
Oppenheimer's pretty good, but I mean, if you give me a choice between like throwing Star Wars or Indiana Jones in the mix, like it's always going to be stuff like that for me. Just those classic songs, and I honestly didn't even realize that Indiana Jones's score was original this time around. Like, I don't know how much you have to retweak it to be original, but it still sounds classic enough that it was my vote for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so nostalgia. Okay, I get it, Andy. I get
Maybe.
it.
100%.
All
It
right,
could very
you're
well
one
They
of
could be.
those guys. You're one
they
of
put it
those
in the
guys.
category. They said it's enough to be an original score, so that's my vote.
Okay, all right.
It had the same like notes kind of to it, but it definitely wasn't like the same. If that
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yep, yeah. It was tweaked, but still got
It was
the
like
good parts.
reminiscent of it, yes. So maybe it was nostalgia.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it just brings up great feelings
Yeah.
when you're reminded. Yeah.
Get me all warm and fuzzy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I believe it, Eric. I believe
What was I made for?
it.
I can't say I remember Poor Things as much for the score.
I don't either.
I
Yeah.
feel like I looked for it
Yeah,
and I don't know, it just didn't stick out in my head.
No.
there was some music in there, but wasn't really like it was like few and far in between. This is mostly dialogue, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Eric, there was sound to this movie?
there was a little bit of sound,
Yeah.
not much
Okay.
though.
He had it
Very,
down to like
If you're
5 'cause
listening
of the neighbors.
closely, there you can hear some sound.
I'm sorry. I feel like a jerk. I just, I'm so bad at sarcasm. Sorry.
It's fine. No, no, I knew it was sarcasm. I'm not. It's fine. I don't care.
Okay. Okay. You're cool. You're cool with me then. All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Thanks, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. To more music because we really love music. The best original song from
Mhm.
Flamin' Hot, Barbie times 2, American Symphony, and Killers of the Flower Moon. So Barbie had double the chance to win here, and it took it away with
Yeah.
What Was I Made For?
Mhm.
By Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Beautiful, beautiful song and beautiful performance from her and her brother Phineas at the Oscars. Like she's got a really good live voice, thankfully. But I mean,
Should have been Ken.
honestly, yes, that was my pick. Even though Kayla, you did an amazing job on Flamin' Hot, loved the movie. But I'm just Ken. I mean, especially when it's performed at the Oscars live.
Oh no.
Oh my freaking god. Ryan Gosling guys killed it, and he was paying tribute to a Marilyn Monroe kind of video of her singing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, I believe is the name of the song. But yeah, like just reverse with a guy doing it and Ken doing it. But like so fun that they brought all, like, I think all the castmates to do it. Like Simu was there, and yeah, just everybody else, it seemed like. So yeah, just I have to go with I'm Just Ken. I mean, just what a song that's gonna stay around forever.
Yeah. I obviously What Was I Made For is very close second, also very good to me. I didn't get to see Killers. American Symphony did not wow me that much for being a movie about a music artist, just like
Oh
Maestro.
dang. Oh
Did you
wow.
guys get to see that one?
Nope.
It never went away? Or
American
American Symphony?
Symphony.
Yeah, gosh, I was
Yeah.
reading the song title. My bad. No, no, I did not.
Yeah. It's just it was kind of like almost documentary like about his life. It's about John Baptiste, kind of a newer music artist. Um, yeah, just didn't wow me though. It was okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Definitely.
unfortunately, that was the I guess Barbie's one win. I guess right is their song.
Oh
Yep, just a
yeah.
song. I mean,
So they got
yeah,
something. So we
when I
didn't have to
said
riot.
shut out, I mean, just for me, that feels like it really goes to Billy, her brother, and whoever like helped them with the song, honestly. Like when you think about the movie, it kind of, yes, they go hand in hand, but as well as like what did, like, it was a lot of Greta's movie and also like the performers for the actors and actresses. So yeah,
Yeah,
just felt like they didn't get anything.
for it to go to Billie Eilish, who already has a plethora of awards.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, no, good job, Billy, honestly.
yeah. I mean, yeah, still success. Still applauds to her. But
Hmm.
yeah, would have been nice to see um, at least one of the actors that sang the songs get it, or lesser known music artists.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I agree.
Yeah, into some of the categories that are a little bit smaller. I don't know how many of you guys have seen of these, but best documentary feature film. So we got Bobby Wine, The People's President, The Eternal Memory, Four Daughters, To Kill a Tiger, and 20 Days in Mariupol. Did you guys get the chance to see any of these ones?
No,
I can also say I did not.
not a big
I'm sorry. Yeah,
documentary guy. You know, my
me
mom watches
either.
like documentaries like all the time.
Does
She
she?
gotta have seen one of these, right?
Yeah.
So,
Maybe. Yeah,
but
if
like,
she's watching
yeah,
new
no,
ones. Yeah.
yeah, she's always watching documentaries. I'm like, hey, you watch anything new lately? She's like, I've been watching documentaries. I'm like, cool.
All right, we
I'll
cannot talk
recommend her.
about
I mean, she
those.
is also really big into movies too, so like I'll recommend her a movie. But like for some reason, she's been watching a lot of documentaries lately. So
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
Informational.
Yeah,
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes they can be good. I seen Eternal Memory and Bobby Wine. I thought Eternal Memory was a little bit slow, but Bobby Wine was actually pretty good. Even just for the music, it's a very entertaining hour and a half or so. It's kind of about this guy in Uganda who is becomes a legislature. I'm not sure exactly what the term is they use over there, and they're kind of fighting a lot of oppression in their country with their regime. And he's kind of like a music artist as well. So there's a lot of music throughout the documentary. That one's probably worth a watch, but yeah, I can't say the same probably about the rest of them. 20 Days in Mariupol ended up being the winner, so I'll probably check that one out. I think that one's just about the war in Ukraine.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting. That's a pretty like recent topic then.
yeah. I think all these are pretty recent.
Oh, yeah, I actually did watch the acceptance speech from the director of 20 Days in Mariupol. And it was it was very touching, like obviously because it is a very recent subject and he's from Ukraine. And yeah, it was just it was touching, really.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get your name up there, I suppose, if it's connected to current events compared to some of the others that aren't like current, like actively happening. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
yeah, I will eventually get to check that one out.
Glad you checked out at least a couple of those. Thank you for letting us in on those.
Yeah, and then there's a documentary shorts, so same thing but shorter, of course. The ABCs of book banning, Barber of Little Rock, Island in Between, The Last Repair Shop, and Nine and WIPO, with Last Repair Shop winning, which was going to be my vote there. It's kind of the only worthwhile one that I've seen of those five.
What did you think of it?
It was really good. It's obviously they're very short, so they're only like 15, 20 minutes each for those. It's just kind of like a touching story about a repair shop for musical instruments for impoverished like families that can't like afford to go get their instrument fixed or buy an instrument. So it was really cool to see, and I hope they get more support for their program and stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah, it did seem like it was a very nice cause and like a very honest subject.
Yeah,
And actually, like when we were watching the Oscars, when Nell saw the name pop up, she's like, I really want to see that. So, like, even before it won, she was like, I really want to see that. So, hey, I mean, if it won, must have been really worth it.
I I would disagree in a little bit of a way. I think this is the one category in the Oscars where I'm like, did you guys run out of movies? Are these the only five that got submitted? Last Repair Shop definitely deserves a win. It's really good. It stands so far above the other four. Well, I guess I didn't see Barber of Little Rock, but the other three, I'm like, really? These are what you submitted? Just not like the highest quality stuff, especially ABC of book banning. politics aside on it, it's just very poorly made. So
Oh boy.
You've seen it?
yeah.
That was the only one I was actually like curious about, because like I was always wondering like what the dynamic is between banning a book, which is like obviously not wanting people to read it, which is like could
Yeah.
be like more of like a intellectual control over people. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was also very curious to watch that, and I was almost excited for that one, and it's kind of like a cheap YouTube video almost.
Damn.
It's just not quality made, and like I don't know, I get the message. It just
Yeah.
wasn't put out in the right way.
The message is that we already know that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, could have
Dang.
been done better, but
Hmm.
Damn.
I
yeah.
get
All
what you're
right.
saying then. Yeah.
So into probably one of the biggest upsets, animated feature films. So we got Boy and the Heron, who ended up being the winner.
Yeah.
Elemental, or A Disappointing Hunter. Nimona,
Yeah.
Robot Dreams, which isn't even out yet for watching, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is the uncontested winner of Hazardous Opinions, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And I will start a riot soon. I'll let you guys know when and where. But yeah, I'm so disappointed with this one. Honestly, did Into the Spider-Verse win it last when it came out?
I think so. Yeah. I
Okay.
think
Back in 2018. I'll check, but yeah, I think it did.
Okay. Even if it did or did
it
not,
did. Yeah.
it did. Okay.
It won an Oscar.
This one is an even step above it,
I know.
in
I
my
agree.
opinion.
Twice
And
as
like
much probably.
what we talked about in the pod, right? With our year wrap up. It was transcendent. Everybody's going to remember it forever and ever. I understand that the people that made The Boy and the Heron are very popular in animated films. And honestly, I had no desire to watch it. I probably won't. I'm not into that style, unfortunately, but I do understand other people are. But
Mhm.
honestly, like, even without that, just Across the Spider Verse and even Nimona, when I watched it, seemed like a very different animated film that should be recognized.
Nimona
So
was very good, surprisingly.
it was very good, surprisingly. And I mean, Elemental, yes, it's part of the Pixar machine. I love Elemental personally. When I do put it up against at least Across the Spider Verse, I don't think it matches up as well. But
Mhm.
I love Elemental to death. But geez, Across the Spider Verse is just it's on the moon. I don't know how this
Yeah. I
worked.
wonder if it being a Marvel movie and being in the time of Marvel burnout kind of hurt it. I
Mm,
don't know.
that's a good point to bring up, I guess. Yeah, didn't really think about that, but could be.
Yeah. I can't speak with 100% certainty either. Haven't seen Boy and the Heron. I'm sure it's great if it got an Oscar, of course. But yeah, unfortunate that our boy Spidey didn't make it.
I know.
Nope. All the Spideys didn't make it.
Not a single one of them.
Not
Nope.
a single one of them.
Even all the different ones, like they had so many.
There's so many. Like
You know.
500 at least. There's a
Mm-hmm.
T-Rex one.
Yeah, and all pointing at each other. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell happened?
Is it you? Is it you? Get Spider-Man. Which one?
We gotta do a whole multiverse episode for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, we do. We do. Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, Robot Dreams, I don't think is even publicly available yet. I could not find it on anything. But yeah, the rest of them were good. I liked Nimona and Elemental.
Mm-hmm.
Very unfortunate upset.
Pretty strong category this
Yeah.
year. But just I'm just disappointed personally. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure any Studio Ghibli film gets nominated Or I mean, it's true that they always get nominated for best feature, but I mean, they don't always win either. But they always get nominated.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah, I
yeah,
feel that too. It really didn't surprise me that this one was in there.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, on the opposite side of that conversation, best animated short film. The options were Letter to a Pig, 95 Senses, Our Uniform, Pachyderm, and War is Over, which we seen 0 out of 5. So I don't think we
What
Yeah,
does
really have.
pachyderm even mean?
pachyderm.
Pachyderm.
I've heard it before. What does it
Is it an
mean?
animal? But yeah, I don't think we've seen any of these, so we can't really
Elephant.
comment on them. War is Over is the one that ended up winning.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll probably have to check at least that one out at some point.
It's French for elephant.
Really?
Elefante.
Yeah.
Pachyderm? Why do I feel like I've heard that before and it was nowhere near an elephant? But like I don't like not believe you. I just I don't know why in my head.
Elephant. I don't know.
Elephant. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah, and then there's best live action short film, so the more realistic ones. So you got The After, Invincible, Night of Fortune, Red, White, and Blue, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Did you guys get the chance to check any of these ones out?
I
No.
did not.
No,
Wonder what
I did.
Invincible is. I
I
wonder.
didn't get to
Oh,
see that one
is that
either.
like the based on the show?
I thought it would be, but I could not find it anywhere.
Dang it. I bet it's not
Oh,
though.
it's
I
not.
haven't heard any live action stuff from the Prime series, no.
It
Yeah,
is not.
After was Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar was actually pretty good. That one's on Netflix with Benedict Cumberbatch. And then Night of Fortune would be my winner here. It's a very sweet, moving story about loss. So
Hmm.
Is
Dang.
this Lost?
it is.
Well, I'm glad you got to check out all of them are quite almost all of them. Sorry.
Three out of 5.
3 out of 5. That's what I thought. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
cuz you didn't find Invincible. All right. Yeah.
I
That
didn't get to
totally
see
spaced my
Red,
mind.
White, Blue. I don't even know what that one's about. But yeah, I have no hard feelings about Henry Sugar winning. Benedict Cumberbatch obviously had the name recognition attached to it, and it's a good story.
Wes Anderson, I suppose.
Yeah, that too. That helps. It's very like kind of like a play.
Yeah, most of his films kind of do, I feel. Yeah, and I'll be honest, maybe a hot take, hazardous opinion here, but the only movie that I like of Wes Anderson's is Grand Budapest Hotel. That's it. Did not like Asteroid City, didn't like The French Dispatch. I don't know. I don't.
You always forget about the fox.
Oh my gosh, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Yes. Dang it. Okay, that's another one that I did enjoy. I don't love it, but I enjoyed it. Grand Budapest really liked. So there.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
and then
All right.
yeah, back into the categories where we actually all have seen some stuff. Best original screenplay. So Anatomy of a Fall, which took home the trophy. The Holdovers, Maestro, May December, and Past Lives. Unfortunately, Past Lives got snubbed. That was definitely where I was going.
I was angry. Past lives should have. I haven't seen Anatomy of a Fall. I know I can't fully speak on it, but I just rewatched Past Lives again before this episode,
Mm-hmm.
and it just it had me it had my heart in a grip. Uh, I know that kind of sounds cheesy, but yeah, just like had my heart in a chokehold, and yeah, it was just such nice writing while making communication clear
Yeah.
but not answers. It doesn't give you answers.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have to come up with the answers and stuff.
I'd only seen Past Lives and Maestro here, so that wasn't much competition at all. Past Lives easily won that. It's got such real conversations, and
It does.
that I'm sure almost everyone has experienced at some point in their life, unless they got married right outside of high school, I guess. But yeah, it just talks about relationships in a very real way and going through, what could have happened, um, missed opportunities, stuff like that. So
What if?
yeah.
And just a stunning movie. I loved it. It's not one of those drama romances. It's different and it feels very real.
Mm-hmm.
It does. And it's the performances were just on. They seemed like real people. And even though the dialogue isn't going, the screenplay still has their actions in there. And it was very good physical actions to like alleviate lines of dialogue. And it was like just so clear from that too. So thought that was a really good screenplay. And I did like the holdovers a lot too. That story was very good. So it was a strong category there.
Yeah. Holdover is still very high on my list to go see whenever that comes to streaming, or streaming that I have. So
Yeah, it is on streaming, Andy.
I don't have Peacock.
I'm sorry. I know. Yep. That was a good one too. But yeah, very saddened by that category as well.
Yeah. And then Eric, I don't think you had any in that one, right?
None.
None.
Oh, sorry for going on and on about it, Eric.
I was just listening.
Oh, thanks,
Just
man.
enjoying. But yeah, check out Past Lives. It's the one really good one in there
Okay, I will do that.
that I've seen. So
Yes. Watch
I
Past
added
Lives
it
at least.
to my
And the
watch list.
holdovers.
Okay.
and then you go into best adapted screenplay, which I'm not sure why. I guess never mind. Maestro would be original. American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Zone of Interest. And since I read the book, obviously I gave this to Oppenheimer for me.
I was going to say Oppenheimer was probably my pick. It kind of sucks that Barbie was in adapted screenplay when it's just dealing with a kind of like a product. That's the
Yeah.
only reason. That's the only reason, because Barbie's in the name and they use some Barbie things,
Okay.
but honestly, like Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, her partner, like they I don't know, they completely came up with a script I still felt like.
Yeah. See, I was going to question that about Maestro because it's like, wait, it's about a real person's life. Is it original? Because technically you're writing it about something that already happened. But yeah.
Very fair.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how they do that. But yeah, Barbie could have had their chance at a semi best picture thing here, and American Fiction just took it home. So
And I do want to see American Fiction. I bet it is a very good movie. That's why I want to see it. But yes, my choice would have been Oppenheimer. And Poor Things like it had the Yorgos Lanthimos dry humor, or like deadpan. There we go, deadpan humor. Sorry,
yeah.
corrected myself there. But yeah, like, and I love that, like in his movie The Lobster, and yeah.
Yeah. Oppenheimer. I know all the media, man. Let's do it. American Fiction I haven't seen, but I've seen Poor Things and Oppenheimer. And I guess what is
You haven't
Barbie
seen Barbie yet?
adapting from? What is Barbie adapting from?
That's what we
I
were
have
just
that
discussing.
question.
Just the property, I guess.
Yeah,
No.
like the product of Barbie from Mattel, you know?
Oh,
Like it's a licensed thing, and they took like of course they have their items that they've sold in their screenplay, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
in terms of like, yeah, I don't know. Gotta see American Fiction.
I
We
want to.
Yeah.
gotta know. We gotta
I
know
think that
why.
one's a book adaptation. I'm actually excited for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am too. I love Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah. And then we go into international feature films. So we got The Teacher's Lounge from Germany, Deutschland, Io Capitano from Italia, Perfect Days from Japan, Society of the Snow from Spain, and Zone of Interest from the UK. Which, at what point do you say, like, I mean, the UK is so tied up with our movie scenes that is it really international?
Very true. Very true, right?
Yeah.
Like, we got so many British actors that won Oscars this year, even. That's
And
like,
we got like a bunch of
Yeah.
directors, British directors, like working here, like Christopher
yeah.
Nolan. Hello.
Yeah, so Zone of Interest, of course, from the UK took that home. It's unfair. Should be
It's
Society of the Snow.
unfair.
Yeah, and I haven't even seen I haven't even seen this. And I agree with you, Andy. I'm with you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I can't say too much because obviously Society of the Snow, the only one I've seen of these five, but
same. Same.
Yeah.
And
easily,
that
easily my number one of the five.
yes, yeah, even
One
though
and
it's the
only.
only one I've seen. Well, like even if it's the only one we've seen, wasn't it amazing?
It
Like
It's
was.
very good. Yeah.
especially as a survival like true story. There's too many out there that like are kind of all the same for survival and stuff. Yes, it might be a little thrilling, but this like it really makes you dread it and feel it
Yeah.
Mhm.
in your bones.
It was hard to watch at some
It
points.
it was. It's like this happened to people
Yeah.
and it's horrible. What they like went through, especially like well, not really a spoiler, but especially with the cannibalism, like I couldn't believe it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
I couldn't believe what the world puts it like the world or nature, the situations were put in from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it had a harder time because it's technically a remake, even though this is the better version of the two. But yeah, I don't really know anything about the other three, from Italy, Japan, and Germany though.
Uh-uh.
But yeah, Zone of Interest got a lot of noms and wins this year.
Yes, it did. No. Dang.
Yeah,
On to one of my favorite categories.
cinematography, probably
Cinematog.
Let's
one of my
go.
more difficult ones to choose one. So you got El Conde, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, which took home the trophy, and Poor Things.
Yes. And
Yes.
I've seen 3 of these. So, more than 50%. I'm on it. But Killers, Martin Scorsese always shoots his films well, and he always chooses a good cinematographer to collaborate with, I feel.
hmm
Maestro, I saw, is it all in black and white, Andy?
Maestro, no, Maestro's in color.
Oh, it was. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why I'm thinking was some of
I
it in black
was
and white?
thinking
It
in
might.
the same thing.
Yes.
I think they have some black and white scenes, but I think it's mostly in color from what I remember.
Okay, a
Oh.
lot of pictures I've seen are the black and whites. So that's what I thought. But it looked like it, looked very good. And Poor Things as well. Like Yorgos chose to shoot it pretty differently and it felt like a different movie because of that, like because of the angles and the shots he got with cameras
hmm
and the backgrounds, the backdrops and everything. You can just tell they put a lot of care into the look of the film. And the cinematography really helped that. The black and white looked really good, made everybody really pop on screen. And the the background on the ship in Poor Things, that was very like fantastical. That kind of matched with the tone of the movie. But I would say Oppenheimer. Oh man, just and that also had black and white, but it
Yeah,
looked so good and just a right tone of colors for it all. It felt like.
it's just something about Hollywood really loving going back to black and white, I guess.
I know, right? Living in the past.
Just
Yeah.
like, huh, you take out the color and all of a sudden you get all these noms.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Which,
it's I think it has to do with like the whole retro feeling of it all, because like
yeah.
retro is like the new in some cases these days.
Oh yeah, kind of like hipster
Yeah, like hipster
trends and
vibes.
stuff, bringing back like acid wash jeans, stuff like that were
Yeah.
in the 80s. Yeah, I get you.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised Okonde didn't get to put on the international films. I think this one is like Spain or Brazil. I might be wrong there. But this one's actually mine, and this one's in black and white. Um, but I thought the cinematography for it was pretty great, even if the movie itself wasn't. Yeah, I liked it.
Hmm.
Oh, and they're
Okay.
from Chile. So,
Chile. Okay. Okay. So a South American film.
yep, yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Eric, what did you think for like the best looking?
The best looking, definitely, I would agree with the Academy with Oppenheimer. I've only seen two of these, Oppenheimer and Poor Things. I mean, Poor Things was hilarious. I like the editing and all that stuff. Uh, but I think the whole like the rich cinema got to go to Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Yeah, and then into one of the bigger nominations, the best director. We had a lot of big directors coming back this year, and of
Oh
course we had
yeah.
Scorsese and Nolan both on here with Justine Triet, Yorgos Lanthimos, you say,
Yep.
and Jonathan Glazer with Zone of Interest. Um, yeah, this was a harder year as well for directors. A lot of good choices here.
Yeah, definitely. And it's nice to see a couple directors that aren't like part of the big core group of directors we think of, like the three in the middle: Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yep.
Like those three are very well known in that grouping, but like we had so many, like Ridley Scott made a movie, Michael Mann, David Fincher, so many big directors made a film this year. And it's nice to see kind of these like newer names, because for me personally, I'm not familiar with Justine Triet or Jonathan Glazer. So, and I'm very familiar with those other three: Martin Scorsese, Chris Nolan, and Lanthimos. And honestly, Martin Scorsese is a legend. Yorgos is very good. I really enjoy a couple of his films, and I've only seen a couple, so I want to check out more of his catalog. But Chris Nolan, even though I've been up and down on him, he he was my choice. I got to go with it. I got to go with
Mhm.
him, and well deserved. Very good movie.
Yeah, Justine and Jonathan. Justine didn't have much to her name for directing, and Jonathan's mostly music videos. So seems like they're both starting to get some big name recognition here.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I would put mine towards Nolan. I think when you're picking the most of where directors focused his efforts and done a lot, it would be here in Oppenheimer.
Yep. Yep. I'm totally with you.
I would agree.
Yes, this is a very oppy pod.
OppyPod. Let's
Yep,
go.
we're rolling with Oppie. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Always
do
have
be
been.
loving him. Yeah, and then into our favorite peoples. We did a whole episode on our favorite peoples that you guys should check out. But we're gonna talk a little bit about best actress in a supporting role. So you had Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer, our favorite movie, of course. Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple, America Ferrera in Barbie, Jodie Foster in Naiad, and Davine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers, who ended up winning.
Yep. And I agree with the Academy on this one. I won't be upset about it. Davine Joy Randolph was, I mean, she has been a revelation because thankfully before the holdovers, I got to see her in Only Murders in the Building, and she's a police officer. And you wouldn't think that she would, well, like, there is a good cast in Once Only Murders in the Building, but you wouldn't think like she would go to do a movie like this and just rise up in the Oscars. Like I've only seen her on the scene like very recently. So hats off to her. She plays a different role, very different role in the holdovers here, very touching. She just gravitates your gaze when she's on the screen. Yeah, she totally deserved it. And I love Emily Blunt and I do like Jodie Foster, but I didn't see Naiad, unfortunately. Didn't see The Color Purple. America Ferrera was good in Barbie. But yeah, honestly, if I had to go with one, yeah, Davine for sure.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't get to see Holdovers, or else I might have a different thought. But I would go with Jodie Foster here for Naiad. Just absolutely kills it as her role in Naiad, supporting Naiad. Yeah, definitely worth a watch if you guys like. What do you call those, like sport type movies for people to overcome great odds?
Oh yeah, because she's a swimmer, right? And she like swims across. Is it the English Channel or something?
Yeah, it's Annette Bening who swims to
Yes.
Cuba from the Miami
There
Keys,
we go.
Florida
There we go.
Keys, and then back. So it's like a couple
Oh,
hundred miles of swimming nonstop.
hell no. That's
Holy shit,
insane.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I might have to see that one actually.
yeah, that one's on Netflix. Danielle Brooks also did really good in The Color Purple, but yeah, Jodie Foster kills it overall.
Okay.
All
All right.
right.
I'm glad you had seen Naiad then. Yeah, Jodie, very good actress, especially in Silence of the Lambs. And now I'm watching the new season of True Detective, Night Country, and she's one of the main characters in there. So yeah, she's been really good to watch so far again, and in a like kind of authoritative role in a crime again.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. What do you think, Eric?
I I've well, I've only seen Oppenheimer and Barbie. So and America Ferrera, I don't think really, well, I mean, it's not her fault. Really. It's just I didn't really see enough of her character to, really sell the whole best actress in a sporting role thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Emily Blunt was great in Oppenheimer too, but I don't know. This one's a toss up for me. I don't really know who to vote for on this one. I'd probably go with Emily Blunt, I guess, if I would go one over the two. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It just I
Safe
don't
bet.
know. Yeah, safe bet, I guess.
toss up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
best actor in a supporting role. So go to the male side. You got
Oh.
Sterling Brown in American Fiction, Robert Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower
Daenerys.
Moon. You got RDJ in Oppenheimer, who ended up winning. Ryan Gosling in Barbie, and then Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things.
God, such a
Quite the
strong
lineup.
category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And I like all these actors. Honestly, like, no, I could say like I love all these actors.
Mhm.
So very tough. And unfortunately, I need to see American Fiction, like I said, and thank God Sterling K. Brown is in it, just like Jeffrey Wright. So like I'm even more in to watch it. But Robert De Niro really did well. He always does well with Scorsese.
Mhm.
Robert Downey, I mean, he showed that he doesn't have to just be Iron Man here. So, hey, awesome, awesome winner. I'll support the Academy here again. You're welcome, Academy. Like you need my support. But Ryan Gosling, he killed it as Ken. One of my favorite performances of the year, honestly. Not just because it's in the thoughts of the populace and just a very popular thought, but seriously, I was invested in Ken in Barbie. Like, it made me laugh a lot, almost to the point of tears. So, thank you, Ryan Gosling. And Mark Ruffalo, wow, he did a very different role in Poor Things. And he was a sleaze bag, but he did it so well. Still love you, Mark
Yeah.
Ruffalo. You're not a sleaze bag. I know that. But yeah, he was very, very good. He impressed me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved
My
his
vote
character in that movie.
Right?
my vote was going to be with the Academy as well with RDJ until I finally
Mm-hmm.
got to see Poor Things this weekend. So I will put mine with Ruffalo. I think he showed me that he can do more than what he's been cast in before, and um, yeah, I look forward to seeing more roles like this for him.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I know he has more range than he's shown in a while, you know, and it's probably not his fault, just where he's being casted.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's gonna be between RDJ and Mark Ruffalo because they they both played really good bad guys in these movies, and I love me a good
Mm-hmm.
villain. But yeah, I think I'll agree with the Academy on here, and like I I love RDJ's performance in Oppenheimer.
We do love our Oppenheimer here.
Yep,
Yeah,
we love
OppyPod,
Oppie. There we go,
OppyPod,
Oppie Pod.
hashtag.
Yeah,
I think somebody probably already trademarked that, but
Well,
OppyPod.
OppyPod revival. Hashtag OppyPod revival.
hashtag hazardous additions.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we go into a leading actress. So we kind of go into the same movies, but we got Annette Bening with Naiad, Lily Gladstone with Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Hüller with Anatomy of the Fall, Carey Mulligan with Maestro, and Emma Stone with Poor Things, who ended up winning.
Oh man, another strong category. I don't know Sandra Hüller. Annette Bening, I've seen a couple times, and I know she's very good.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Carey Mulligan. Still, she's my Daisy Buchanan in Great Gatsby, and she also did very well in Promising Young Woman and Drive. Okay, yeah, I could go on, but Emma Stone as well. Love her, always have ever since I saw her the first time. I think it was The Amazing Spider-Man or Zombieland. Can't remember.
Yeah.
But, you know, after watching Poor Things, I'm like, okay, this, I was going heavily for Lily Gladstone since I had seen Killers of the Flower Moon. And I was like, you know what, this would be amazing for different, like a couple different reasons. Like, you know, a Native American woman being recognized. That's amazing. And she just really sticks out alongside Leo, an actor that's been working for a long time and is a superstar, and he kicked ass in his role. If she stands up, like, what does that say about her? You know,
Yeah.
I felt like it was believable that she was there in the room with him. And you know, I'm not trying to make him sound like a god, but he's got a lot of talent, and talent's got to be with talent, right? But yeah, I was heavily going for Lily until seeing Poor Things. I'm like, okay, kind of tied for me. It's a toss up. So I was mostly going for Lily Gladstone, actually, but Emma Stone, yeah, she deserves it.
Yeah, I will agree with you and agree with the Academy for this one. Emma Stone deserved her second win.
Definitely.
And
Agree.
I will make it unanimous by also advocating for this fine young woman, Emma Stone, for her performance in Poor Things.
Is this
Being
because this is the only movie you've seen, Eric?
okay, all right.
I'm just
Call them
kidding.
out.
Dude, I've only seen 2 of them. At least Andy's
As
seen. Oh shoot,
eh,
no, Andy's seen
I've
2.
seen 3
he's seen
of the
3.
3?
He's seen
3?
Maestro.
Oh, Maestro. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
And yeah, Naiad. You've seen 4 of them.
3 there.
3.
Poor Things,
Oh,
Maestro,
because
and
you haven't
Naiad.
seen Killers. That's right. Okay,
Yep.
so
Yeah, suckers. I'm just kidding. Watch it though.
yeah, no, like it is the only one I've seen, and yes, I am going to agree that she deserves this over all the other movies. If you can't see, I have the middle fingers up. Who am I flipping off? I don't know, because I'm in agreement with everybody. But fuck
Better not be me. Better not be me.
No.
It's
Yeah,
okay. No,
Yeah.
yeah, that very, very strong category there.
very much so. And another strong category, the best actor in a leading role.
Oh man.
A lot of the same movies, just the male counterparts. Bradley Cooper in Maestro, Coleman Domingo in Rustin, Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer, who took home the crown, and Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction.
So tough. I love all of these guys. Oh my god. And I'm sure Bradley really did well in Maestro. I'm guessing you would agree, Andy.
He did good, but I don't think he was in the running against Cillian Murphy for me here.
Okay. And I love Coleman Domingo ever since I've seen him. I think I've only seen him a couple times where he really stands out as an actor. He's super talented.
He's
Paul Giamatti.
fantastic.
What's that?
I was just gonna say Coleman Domingo is fantastic. He's also in The Color Purple. Great
Oh yeah,
in
that's
both of his
right.
roles this year.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I need to see that. I probably want to watch that one too. But also Paul Giamatti, I've known for so long. Still love the guy, especially in The Holdovers. He's a force to be reckoned with. Cillian Murphy. Wow, this guy. My wife loves him to death, and I should be jealous. But you know what? I love him a little bit to death too. Yeah, Killian just with his eyes and all, he stole the screen in Oppenheimer in a room of a whole movie full of so many talented people, and he like just led that. So absolutely deserving. And Jeffrey Wright, love the guy. Really want to see American Fiction. He's been amazing in my eyes with Westworld and everything else he's been in.
Yeah, I very much so agree with you and the Academy there. And Cillian deserved his first Oscar here. So
Oh, definitely.
Hashtag OppyPod.
OppyPod. They're guys. They are just sweeping.
Yeah.
as they should, very much deserved.
Yeah. Honestly, could have maybe seen this coming.
Yeah. How do you feel, Eric?
Well, this being the only movie I've seen.
I'm really pulling for Killian.
Yeah, man. He's just
somewhere between
great with
Cillian and
his
Murphy.
blue eyes, man.
Oh, those striking eyes.
Very
Dreamy.
striking. Okay, that was the word I was trying to think of, man. Striking. Feels like he's looking into my soul.
Oh, I know. And he found it. He found my soul.
He did.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's holding it hostage.
Oh yeah,
he's got entire feature length of the movie.
Death grip. He's got a death grip on it. Yeah.
Which
agreed.
Very fitting because Oppenheimer himself was said to have pretty similar. What's the word you guys use? Striking, like blue eyes.
Striking features. Yeah, blue.
Yeah, very true. So I feel like Killing wasn't just oh, let's just cast Killian. Thankfully, Christopher Nolan's just happens to be collaborators with somebody that kind of looks like Robert J. Oppenheimer. So
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
yeah, which was nice.
Yeah. And then we wrap out with the last but not least, the best picture, the single photo that you think was great. So you got
Yeah.
all the
One photo only. One photo. Judge.
you got all the biggest names that were repeated here. You got American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. With Oppenheimer, of course, winning out for the best picture of them all.
OppyPod.
Another sweep. OppyPod. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Wow. I mean, looking at this though, can't really say, I haven't seen American Fiction, but I hear it's very good actually, like genuinely. Anatomy
Mm-hmm.
of a Fall, heard it's very good. I don't know if I'll be into it, but like the rest here, Maestro I won't be into, but I can see it as an artsy movie. Haven't seen The Zone of Interest, but just very sorry. I kept like going down the list, but just to say like, wow, what a strong I'm saying this again. What a strong category. And isn't it amazing that we had a year full of awesome movies?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, it was
like,
great movies this year.
yeah,
Well, last
I'm,
year.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Last year.
last year, and hopefully again this year. But
Hopefully.
yeah, very strong contenders. I'm so sad and upset that Past Lives did not get a win, even though they were in just 2 categories, which I do not know how.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Oppenheimer, gotta hand it up to it.
It's gotta.
Yep.
I got to see 5 out of these 10 movies, which is unfortunate because you never know when that one extra movie is like dominates the whole list for you. But yeah, I've got to stick with Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
It is an OppyPod. So
Yep. Hashtag OppyPod. And yeah, I've only seen one more than you, Andy. So I did not fill out this whole category, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, just from what I did see, wow. Yeah, just very strong.
Yeah, I agree. OppyPod, Best Picture.
Yep.
it is a full sweep on multiple categories for Oppenheimer. They get 7 awards with the Oscars and many more awards with the hazardous awards.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
got it before the Oscars a
Yeah, no
while
kidding.
ago.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then Poor Things just showed up out of nowhere. And yeah, dang, Poor Things has quite a bit of awards too, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Glad that one ended up dropping on Hulu just just in this last weekend, I think it was. And
It was 2 days before, no, 3 days before the show. And I don't know
Yeah.
why. Come on, give me more time.
I got to watch
so
it. I was really happy about that.
Yeah.
yeah, it makes me wonder with how many things poor things won for me personally that I wish I got to see more of these other big pictures to see if they would have won anything. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
do be
Yeah.
how it be. I mean, I think it was like 30 out of the 53. Like you can't watch them all. There's only so many they're uh, monetarily available to us to not pay $20 per movie. So
Hmm.
No, yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, I just at least like even like Poor Things, maybe just come out a couple days before the Oscars. Let people watch them so they can tune in. You're gonna get more Oscar viewers then,
Yeah.
you know. Or yes, it does. The Oscars have that effect to where people see the winners and see what's up there. Then they're like, oh, gotta go watch that. Like after the Oscars, so it's kind of a double-edged sword in a way. But yeah, I wish more were available
yeah, do you think
more easily.
we'll see a Barbieheimer revival after the Oscars now? Do like a quick limited release showing?
I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe like maybe once within a couple years here. We'll see. I'm hoping that it happens with other movies, though. Like an event like that, like I've told you guys about. That's my hope for movie theaters and movie events.
Me too.
Right? Yeah, and this was also a very good production for an Oscars awards show, because the last couple have been pretty disappointing. Obviously, the Will Smith slap was all over internet, but like not for the best things, just
Hmm.
freaking memes and jokes about it. It wasn't a good thing, but yeah, this one was. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like I've
nothing
heard
really went wrong.
more people in general talking about the Oscars this year than I have in previous years.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean, maybe it is because like we're gearing up for this episode, but yeah.
Even just in like casual conversation about movies with people that like aren't huge movie people, I've heard like people like, "Oh yeah, that's going to like the Oscars and stuff," and I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
awesome. Okay. That's really good to hear, actually. Yeah. Okay.
yeah."
Yeah.
So it does hold a lot of weight, and I think it will definitely earn a lot of these movies more money for the winners. So
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. And the nominees will be recognized too, and yeah, good for movies, and I'm all good for that.
Yes, sir.
Even though this isn't like a made up award show and it doesn't really matter, and even though I'm sad about a couple categories, hey, it's a win in my heart. Like they honestly don't really matter. It's just a group of people voting, you know.
Well, it's just like a status thing. It's like, oh, I got an Oscar. I guess the Oscars are like the only like award anybody cares about when it comes to movies. I don't know if it's just like a popularity thing because I mean, there's Golden Globes, right?
yeah, and I
Yep.
think the is it the BAFTAs? I think people hold a lot of weight to as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I think, but the Oscars definitely are that crown jewel, that Nobel Prize, so to say,
Yeah,
of awards for
In
movies.
film. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
just
Yeah.
because you managed to impress a some weird number amount of people in some weird room.
In the Academy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I like the SAG Awards, because like it's actually the people like working in the industry voting,
hmm
like actors and actresses voting for each other and stuff. I like that. But
Is that what that is?
yep.
Oh, that's pretty
Yep.
cool.
Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Cool.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've never
Yeah.
actually followed those ones before. I'll have to watch those now.
Yeah, definitely. It's more interesting, and there's a lot of people you recognize at the show, which like Nell and I tuned into it, and it was fun because of that. We're like, oh my god, they're here, they're here, they're here. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah. And it was just like it felt like a good voting system. You felt good about who won the awards. So yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, the this was Robert Downey Jr.'s only Oscar, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, isn't
And it
that
was for
crazy?
a supporting role.
hmm
Yeah.
and this
That
was
is
Killian's first as well.
that is very crazy.
Yeah, some people go their whole career, great movies, just never getting
Should have
Oscars.
got one for Endgame for sure, but what do I know?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Just
as we
Marvel's
see,
not really
whatever.
recognized.
I
yeah,
guess not.
as we see, even the top tier Marvel does not get recognized. So
Yeah.
Only Black Panther, basically.
Yeah.
yeah,
Only Black Panther.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Black Panther got a lot of nominations.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. RDJ, he's been doing it for a while, and I think he was about due, but this was actually a very good performance to receive it on. So,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not even mad. It's not like, oh, here you go because we haven't before, like you do see with some other actors and actresses.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Leonardo.
hey, he was amazing in The Revenant, but yes, definitely like he's talked a lot more and he's done a lot more stuff like in other movies. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about like lifetime achievement Oscars, where it's like not necessarily this performance that they deserved it for, but hey, we're finally gonna award you for all the movies you've done, type of thing.
That seems like a gimme, doesn't it? I don't
Doesn't it
know.
kind of seem doesn't it kind of seem like a participation trophy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like,
kind of ruins the point of like getting one at that point.
yeah, yeah. And I get it, there's some really good years where it's like shit, both these people deserved an Oscar. But yeah, you definitely like when you give someone like Leo, not that he didn't deserve one necessarily for Revenant.
Yeah, you watch your mouth.
Well, like it almost feels like it's like, hey, this is a culmination of like so many roles where you deserved an Oscar, so we're finally going to give it to you. Maybe not for your best movie, but here you go. And then you kind of snub out maybe other people that would have been deserving.
Yeah. Yep. I get you.
Yeah, so I guess in that sense, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't
Weird
know.
stuff. But hey, we tune in
We do, we do. We end up watching it every year. So
and we end up doing an episode on it.
yeah, certainly bringing more light to it. But I'm pretty happy with this year overall. Like you said, there's a couple that I wish won, but overall I was pretty happy with almost all the picks.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, you know, pretty just kind of hurt by Across the Spider-Verse not winning, but you know, I just got to get over it. I got to get over myself.
Yeah. So before we wrap out, what have you guys been watching lately, non-Oscar worthy?
Mm. Shoot, like I just said, I rewatched Past Lives right before this episode. Let's see. I think I kind of told you guys, but basically just watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen to turn my mind off because I just started a new job and it's in between my movie watching.
Mm-hmm.
So I do enjoy that. That's nice. And I'll just bring up that I got to watch one of my favorite movies with you guys, Scream, 1996, and
Good stream.
it was seriously a blast. And like I just really appreciate you guys checking it out with me. Yeah, it's been an important movie in my life forever, ever since I remember. So, yeah, I mean, just kind of right now, like since I was busy hanging out with you guys for the weekend, it yeah, I mean, kind of wasn't able to watch what I normally watch. It's so weird, you know, because I'm like watching a shit ton, and then it just goes dead.
Yeah.
You know, or I'm just like rewatching some of my favorites. So yeah, nothing new to report on yet, but I'm really excited. Oh, I did go to Dune Part 2 for the second time last night.
A second
You win
time.
again?
Oh, you bet
Absolutely.
your ass I did. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. And I'll
Still
tell
haven't
you
seen
what,
it.
guys. I'll tell you what, guys. Oh, you know what? No, no. I'm not gonna say anything then. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Cause I wanna say how I felt during this one, but I also don't want to affect your feelings going into it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I do that to people. So I'm trying to stop.
Yeah.
Trying to stop my dumb habits. But yeah, yeah, and just all I'm gonna say is enjoyed it, and please everybody go watch it in the theater.
He's
Same.
got a lot of AMC stock. He's just trying to pump it up.
And it's not even AMC, Andy.
I know, but the Grand obviously doesn't have big stock options, so
Yeah,
I got to
no.
shout out AMC.
Damn it.
Yeah, I
What
just
about you guys?
I just finished Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the new show.
You did?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. I I went back and forth on like certain scenes where I'm like, oh, the movie was better on this, where TV show is better on this. So I don't think it was like 100% better, but it was good. I was very glad to delve into Greek gods again and into that universe and all the familiar scenes that they kind of remake from the movie and the books, and some that are a bit different and more accurate to the books. It was good.
Amazing.
It's very good.
They do get a lot of time to flesh out that one book, thankfully, in a whole season. And the movie just changed too much, and this was way more faithful, and which was nice, you know.
Yeah,
Very good.
it was fun. Takes a little bit of getting used to like kid actors and stuff at first, but after like the
Yeah,
first episode or so, you're like, yeah, I like these guys.
exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm in this like genre, this like young teen,
Yeah,
you know, but it's very good. It's Greek mythology. Gotta love it.
do indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Is that about it that you've been checking out?
Yeah, that's all. That's all I've been watching lately.
Okay. Eric, what about you, buddy?
So, for the most part, I've been watching shows like you guys. But I've seen one movie recently. It was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
With Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal, and it
What'd you
was
think?
hilarious and a lot of
Yeah.
fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
Definitely would recommend that. But for the shows I've been watching, I recently finished Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Netflix series.
Oh, the live action?
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
and
Okay.
it's really good. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was I mean there's some critiques I'd have on it, but like I honestly the enjoyment really outweighs, the problems I had with it. So
Yeah. Did you watch the original animated series?
I did. Yeah. I watched most of it anyways. I got the gist of it. I mean there was a
There's a
lot of
lot of
filler
episodes.
in those
Mm,
shows in that show. So yeah. I didn't watch all of it, but I got most of it.
Yeah.
nice. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anything else for you?
I I don't think so. I think
I
that's it.
suppose we were just together this weekend and watching stuff, so
Yeah.
don't have much to report on.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's it for me.
indeed.
Yeah.
So if you guys want
Awesome.
to send us your Oscar nominations or yell at us for how we didn't watch American Fiction yet, you
Hmm.
can do that to Hunter at Instagram at Hazardous
What?
Opinions Pod. Yell at that guy.
No.
Or you can email us at hazardousopinionspod@gmail.com.
And mention
And-
Andy.
Yes. CC me on it. Also at Hazardous Opinions Pod. So. And then, yeah, on Spotify, even if you disagree with our nominations, you should rate us 5 stars anyways, because we are the nominated favorite podcast of your podcast, right? So,
Better be. Hopefully. Thank you.
yes. And then keep an eye out for Alien that's coming out soon. We will see you guys in the next one.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
See ya.